Sometimes I just like to practice my dancing. I've got this one going. Sometimes I just like to practice my dancing. Do you need the bowl yet? Can I have my bowl, please? It's been an absolute palaver this morning. If I was to explain it all to you, you would be... I doubt you'd believe me, because I'd be lying. I've just been doing other things. But maybe that's a lie. Maybe it's a double bluff. Maybe I've just had my feet up going... Talking about me going... Remind me to tell you something later in the stream where I'm going because it's an actual thing and it's going to crack you up. There is something that's happened where I am going so remind me about that. Question 2 before we start the music and get on with it. And fuck. Question 2 that I need you to remind me. Can I use whipping cream in a cup of tea? I've got no milk. Can I use... It's not been whipped yet. It's still in the carton. Can I use... Hello, Zarbo. Can I use whipping cream in tea? The reason I'm a bit funny about it is because it's a bit of a daddy creamy. And no one wants a daddy creamy. I'll have a daddy crispy. I'll have a sister crispy, but not daddy creamy. Can I use... John Palmer says yes. Gammon Sandwich says no. Marzipan says it would be horrible. Leon Squared says yes. I'm going to be sexist and I'm going to take the advice of a woman. Is the European housewife on the firm? Mark says, what's the worst that can happen? Well, the worst that can happen is it can separate into curds and whey. And down came a spider and sat down beside her. And because he was in Cambodia, it was poisonous. And he's fucking dead now. So there's always that. Where's the European housewife? Where's Windy Willow? There's the European housewife. Can I put whipping cream in a cup of tea? Surely you must know. Coolio's with me. There's the curds and whey situation. Put a tiny bit in. Oh, that's what the last girl said. I'm so sorry about that. Windy Willow knows. Windy, I'm all right with a bit of the old man's creamy whipper. All right, then I'll do it. Right, couple of minutes of music. I'll ruin the cup of tea. Why don't you just go and buy some milk? You don't realise how difficult it is to do anything. Okay, so what, you want me to do that now? So I'm going to go and get on my scooter. I'm going to deal with the 4:45 traffic. Oh, but please don't forget to remind me to tell you about the... Oh, hang on. I've got a phone call from a mate. Hang on. He doesn't know that I'm streaming. One of my oldest friends. Oh, Mr. Cool. Dave, I'm streaming right now. I'll call you after. All right, I'll call you in about an hour and a half. Remind me to tell you about because it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So we're gonna have a bit of music. I'm gonna ruin my tea. I'm going to comb my hair. I'm going to come back down and we are going to have an absolute cracker, with Robbie Coltrane. Or is it John Coltrane? It was weird that John Coltrane ended up playing Blind Date theme tune then, wasn't it? I don't know. Sometimes... did anyone, before we get on with this, did anyone notice that I forgot to turn the stream off yesterday? If you listen to nothing else in this stream, listen to this. At the beginning of yesterday's stream, I said I am so shafted that if I was to just sit there and do nothing, I'd just fall asleep. I said that. I said it at the beginning of the stream. I said, if I just sit here and do nothing, I'll go to sleep. Did you see it, Odan? Do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, so Illuminatus got it and all. So at the end of the stream, all right, thanks everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye. Forgot to stop the stream. And literally, I just closed down. And you saw me do nothing. And I just went, I took my glasses off and I just went like this. I just went. I thought it was quite amazing. And thank you, Michael, for letting me into it, because I did actually chop it down. Yeah, it was you that warned me. But oh, mate, that could have the difference between falling asleep and the many very suspect things I spend my life doing is a chasm between the two. You know, I could have got up onto the fucking work surface and had a slippery fish, as I like to call it. You know, when you have a wank in the sink, you know, a slippery fish. You know, I could have got a Welsh Elvis. All things could have happened. So I think that always happens. That is a hangover from the crack years. Because when you're smoking crack all night, rather than like have two eyes not working, what you do is you just shut one down, and you sort of, any crackhead will know that one. You just shut one eye down and put all the power into one. So, and that, then you sort of hardwire that. So, you know, there you go. It could have been a glands inspection. It could have been all sorts. Right. Anyway, let's get this going. Let's get this music on. Let's get this cup of tea ruined. And we're going to have an absolutely lovely, I mean, it's virtually the weekend, isn't it? Wednesday. Good Lord. I mean, what do you mean? Oh, of course. Did I put the audio on? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. If there's no audio, you're going to have to sing it yourself. Let's go. See you in a minute. Hi. Tell me you can hear that. Anyone says muted and it's not, you're going to get a slap round the slippery fish. Heavy whipping cream. Bit of hot water. Give a little tea, make this work. Oh my God. Oh, it has worked. Oh, it started off looking like it wasn't going to work. It looked like some kind of scientific experiment of Quatermass in the pit. But it turned out to be something quite unique and disgusting. There's a few little phantom floaters that I'm doing around, to be honest with you. So let's whip that tea bag out. Let's give that a little stirrage. Let's put the cream back in the fridge. I've lost the lid. There it is. I'll be using that cream tonight. I'm addicted to baking cakes. I baked another one last night. I'll show you a photo of it in a minute. You'll recognise it because it's the same as all the others. I'm obsessed with orange and poppy seed. And there's a few other questions I want to ask actually. Because I nearly bought an electric mixer, and then I started talking to old Windy Willow, less of the old, and then it was, should I buy a food processor instead? And then she was like, well, I don't even know if you need a food processor. You see, and then she went, they're good for making bread. An old carbo king, me, when she said good for making bread, I was like, sorry. And then I thought, good for making bread. All I've got to do is get some yeast on the firm, get a load of decent flour in here, get a load of nice little bits and bobs, you know, walnuts and things, sunflower seeds, linseed and all that. And then one night when I'm sitting here going, I've got no bloody food in the house, have I? Because I ain't been shopping, by which I mean the missus hasn't been over. And then I can just go, bosh, 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 press the button. Electronic kneading. Is it electronic kneading or is it kneading electronic? Or is it both? That's the beauty of bread, isn't it? And then chuck it in the oven. 3 minutes later, rock hard lump of useless, a weapon, essentially, a projectile. So I might get a food processor. I might get a food processor as long as I can also use it to make my cakes. Because if I knew you were coming, I'd have fucked the cake, ruined the cake, the same old cake. Hello, the Equitable Earl. Right, let's get this grift on because I'm skint and it's been the worst 2 months in my grifting history. So I know what happens now. When I turn this on, it closes down my... let's see if it doesn't, if I do it this other way round. Ah, miraculous. It would appear to have worked perfectly. Don't tell me you need a code. I broke my new iPhone. I've got to get a new one because I've got to make videos for business. And now I need a new iPhone. Lovely. And I bought the last two out of my own money because I'm out here. I can't pay for them on business money. Life is the name of the game, and I want to play the game with you. Right, close that down, close that down, close that down, open that, pull that over there, pull that down there, turn that up, press that, slide that back a bit, and then go, should I get a bread maker, Mum? And Mum opens her cheeks and says, and I'll say, all right then. I'm sorry about Mama's cheeks. Oh, you can tell I'm on fire, can't you? Danger, your face, whether the cam or not, looking little yellow. Yes, Stefan, your grasp of the English language is looking a little bit pink. Sorry, mate, it's probably not your first language. If it is, that's even worse. No, it's a beautiful day here. There is a bit of sunshine coming in onto me. If I put how can I show you? Look, you'll see there's loads of sun. Oh, no, not the porn mags. Don't show them the porn mags. You'll see all that bright sunshine and that, very neat and tidy cable selection there. Honestly, you see this bit, it's lovely, but my table, it's a big, long, lovely long table, much like the Kings of Or. What? Mine? Theirs? Help us out, bro. The Kings of what would use a table like that? It's an absolute mess, as I knew it would be. And when me and my missus are here, when we eat on the table, we have to make a little corner to eat on. It's very degenerate. But it's also, what's the other word I'm looking for? Stephen Burkoff plays. Stephen Burkoff and Joan Collins. They've done a very, very good play. What's it called? Burkoff and Collins play. One word, not degenerate. It's about being rich and just being all, disgustingly rich. Fantastic play. I recommend it to everyone. I know there's a delay and now there's going to be about 30 of them coming. No, it's not too hot for Titfer. Oh, no, it is too hot for a Titfer, but that ain't the name of the play. Decadence, well done, Grego. Grego's the man. There you go, Decadence. It's absolutely fantastic bit of work. Yeah, Decadence is great. Right. I also want to thank everyone who's taking part in the answering with all the trending things and all of that. It is working. It is working in a very strange way. Now, the thing about this little glitch, it works better the bigger the channel you've got. Now, because I've only got a small channel, it's only working in a small way. But you and me, far too much tit. But you and me will have both noticed we've had a lot of newcomers lately. And by a lot, that could be three new people in one stream. So today on the community tab, there was over 100 replies. So thank you very much. It is the usual suspects doing it. I'm not going to bother naming you all, but thank you very much because it is helping the channel. And that links into me going a bit later. Right, let's sort out Twitch because old Rags will be over there thinking I've forgotten about him. The grift, of course. You can support this channel using the super chat function, which is the $ just at the bottom of the YouTube chat there. Alternatively, and preferably, you can use Entropy. The link to Entropy is in the description. So if you want to use Entropy, use that. I've also put the link to Entropy in the chat. I do put Entropy comments on the screen as well, so you're not missing out with the super chat. There's Doc Shelley. Do you remember I told you about Doc Shelley kicking his massive habit? Remember? 10-year oxycodone habit. Do you remember I told you last week? Let's have a doc in the chat for Doc Shelley, who's knocked a 10-year oxycodone habit. Oxycodone is basically pharmaceutically produced heroin. You can inject it, you can smoke it, you can snort it, you can do that. If the brief was make heroin without needing poppies, you get oxycodone. And Doc, after 10 years on that shit, nailed it. And that is the work of a warrior. Yeah, you can call him weak. Yeah, he got addicted to it. He probably got addicted to it on the back of a back problem because doctors are like, no, you'll be all right. Yeah, but doc, but doctor, my back still hurts. No, have some more, but it still hurts. Have some more. 4 years later, right, we're going to start taking them down now. Yeah, but I can't. Why not? Because every time you take them down, I cry my eyes out and I can't sleep for 5 weeks. Well, sorry, that's not how it's going to work. It's an absolute nightmare. And he done it. Now, I don't know whether that was his situation. I'm guessing because it usually is. And just absolute props to you, Mr. Shelley. Absolute props to you. And people often say, oh, you know, they're drug addicts are weak. Yeah? Get yourself an habit and try and get off it. And we'll see how strong you are. Brian Ravenscroft drops a Phil saliva and says, day off, caught one live. Lovely to see you, Brian Ravenscroft. Or occasionally, I like to call him Ryan Bravenscroft. That could have worked a bit better. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Kajetil. The prescription blizzard is so deep, dense. Yeah. Oh, I wonder what demographic are suffering the most on the back of the OxyContin trauma that is devastating our people mainly across America. Linda Hunter says you can even swallow it. One tablet. There's so many other better things you can do with it. Jokes. Rage says, I met Stephen Burkos in a pub and I was so drunk I very rudely pressed the mole on his forehead and made a ding-dong sound. Let's say he wasn't impressed. Yeah, he's a good lad, actually, Burkhoff, I think. I mean, he's a classic British eccentric, and we need them. We need them, because without them, you're Welsh, you know. Joe Black. Yeah. Well, the funny thing about the people that invented OxyContin and turned America into a nation of drug addicts, they've now invented a drug that gets you off it. The same company, they're a family, right? And the mad thing is, the drug that gets you off it doesn't get you off it. It replaces it, and it's maintenance. So it doesn't get you off it, and then you're free of drugs. It replaces you with it, and then you take the replacement for life. Oh, yeah. I wonder who come up with that fucking ridiculous idea. How many 4-year-olds did it take to come up with that idea? Ridiculous. Sorry, I don't mean to get angry, but it does angrify me. It angrifies me. Monty. Olivia Key on Jodie K's stream last night. What a voice. Yeah, I saw Mark share one of her tunes. Yeah, lovely. Absolutely lovely. It takes stamina to be an addict. Yeah, Burroughs won it. Oh, it's a full-time job. It ain't for the weak-hearted. It ain't for the faint-hearted. You got to deal with some of the most vicious, snide, deceptive, and professionally deceptive people all day, every day for decades. Thank you, Monty, for the donation, and thank you, Raven Bryonscroft. Let's have a look at the tea. I've got my curdle. I've got my curdle girdle, as I like to call it, because it squeezes the fat out. Lovely. The curdle girdle, aka spoon. Well, let's see how it goes. Ready? I will give you a proper response. A little bit of a see what the bouquet's like. Actually amazing. All I've got to do now is invent drinking tea made with whipping cream in the shower, and I have upped my game by about 1 quadrupillion%. Absolutely lovely. Right, I've got a funny thing to tell you, right? Now check this out. You're gonna like this. You are gonna like this. I don't get involved in dramas, right? I try not to. Occasionally I'll let something out and I shouldn't have said it and I regret it. But I've got so much shit and so much hate, I don't give them the time. I done that thing where I got Vinny on because I knew that he'd already given himself enough rope, and I just let him hang himself, and then just went, have you finished now? Bye. But I don't get involved, and people do send me clips of what people have been saying, and I write back to them and I say, I get it that it's funny, mate, but I just don't really want to get involved in all this. But these numbers were quite funny. Let me just see if I can find these numbers. Right, here it is. So someone emailed me yesterday who will remain anonymous. And there's a what do you call it? There's a Telegram group, right? Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with this channel. But me and the other bloke, the bloke who runs that channel, we had a little falling out, right? He lied about me in public on a stream, and I just can't do liars. I just can't do, because once someone's lied, how do you trust them? So written off, no more, not interested. You lied about me, and made me look bad to make used a lie about me to leverage his own position. No, you can fuck off. Right. Anyway, he's got his Telegram group, and someone emailed me yesterday and said, you were mentioned in that group. The first time you were mentioned in that group was the 12th of June 2020. That was the first time you were mentioned in that group, 2020. And he had all the screenshots, right? And like I said, usually I just fuck this stuff off, but he said, you'll like this. So the first time I was mentioned in that group was the 12th of June 2020. The last time I was mentioned was the 4th of February last week, 2021, right? In that time, right, in that group, I have had 447 mentions, right? 447 mentions. That works out, if we round it up from 1.88, that's 1.9 mentions a day. Nearly twice a day. That group that I have fuck all to do with, I don't talk to any of them, not interested. They mention me nearly twice a day, right? Now the reason I go like that is because I'm proud that you've got so little going on that you keep referring to me. I mean, if you need content, write to me and maybe I'll give you some ideas or something. I've got hundreds of ideas. I've got surplus ideas, and if you want them, maybe just get your wallet out and we'll see what we can do. But here's the funny bit, and this is why it came up. Because someone has said Dangerfield reckons he's got some kind of glitch where he's getting all the trending. Now, a lot of you might not know that we've been doing this, but I'll show you it now. So before every stream, I go onto my community. Post. I'll show you exactly what we do. And loads of people join in with it every day because they're helping me out, because they get the idea. They understand what's going on. So here's my community post. Now, not only your subscribers see your community post, everyone does. So, for instance, today's one was this. See you in 20 minutes. Picture of some geezer with a rather nice chest tattoo. 105 messages, right? And then when you look at those messages, they're all this kind of stuff. Hang on, sort by, we'll do top comments. So there's 105 messages, newest comments, right? And you can see, and they're all much the same, 7 replies. And they're all the trending stuff. The weekend's full Pepsi Super Bowl, Chiefs versus Buccaneers, new X-ray vision roll, money bags, new Cuddlekin skin, Fortnite Battle Royale, and they're all the same. See that massive block of text there? So we all just reply that to each other, and it's a little glitch. It's a little glitch in the matrix. And it's working. I've been getting, don't worry, Rags, I'm coming to Twitch. It's been working. I've been getting new subscribers. I've been getting new people turn up. As you lot have seen, someone yesterday said, how the fuck did I end up here? Because they see that, because the sort of things they're interested in, YouTube shows them my community tab, and they think, oh, this looks interesting. I put a poll in it. Like the polls I've done, yesterday's poll was things like when you get an accidental boner in the street, what do you say? And it was things. Let me see if I can find it. Oh fuck it, I can't find it. But anyway, it draws people in. And anyway, in this other group where I get mentioned nearly twice a day, right? This geezer went. He's doing this thing where he's got this glitch and he uses all these public things. And then he went, this is the problem I have with wankers like Dangerfield doing this grifting kind of shit. Oh, yeah. Wanting to get more people watching your channel. Oh, that's what really pisses me off about YouTubers. That's really upsetting. I like a channel that tries to get rid of people watching it. I like a channel that tries to get down to just them speaking to themselves, to the point where they can turn the camera off and just live their life walking around their house. To actually accuse me of being a grifting wanker for trying to get people to watch my channel. It's just absolutely absurd. So there you go. I don't, like I say, don't send me stuff like that because I don't really want to know. But that one was quite interesting because those numbers, nearly twice a day. Fuck. I don't even mention myself twice a day. So there you go. Right, let's get the Twitch going. Oh, the boy Rags will get angry with me. Should we have a stretching stream this week? What were we going to do? Are we doing the photos on Thursday? I thought you'd appreciate that, Mr. Palmer. Are we going to do the photos on Thursday? Oh, Clark. Yeah, that was on there. All my subs are going to lose their channels if they carry on. And then one of the prints said, look, Dangerfield's lost his community tab. Yeah, that's why there's 115 messages on it this morning. Yeah. Just make it up. Just if you just want people to hate me, just make stuff up. I mean, the truth, you're part of Beijing, Biden's administration now. Just lie. Right, so what are we doing? Hang on, let me sort out my Twitch and so that I don't have to do more than half a thing at once. Right, just chatting. Channel. Right, Rags, we all good, my friend? Rags, we had 18 unique new viewers on Twitch yesterday, so good work, son. So that's the one you need moderating. That's what you told me. Right, let me sort this out. Let me sort this out right now. How do I do this? There you go, Rags. So that new account you asked me to mod is now moderated. So can you just confirm that, Rags? Is your new yeah, but is it yeah, you've got your little sword or whatever it is. Sorry that's taken so long, but I don't know what's going on in the world or anything. Right, Thursday for the right, hang on. We've got two things we need to do. Oh, now the sunlight's getting to me, innit? Look at that. Look at the old sunlight there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Hang on, how do I do that? Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that peculiar triangle. Looks like I've joined the Aryan Brotherhood in prison. Is that a tattoo on your face? Or are you just happy to see Adolf? I don't know where I was going with that. Right, here we go. Right, here we go. Friday. This Friday is going to be photos. Right, I'm going to put it in the big old Scrubs book of bullshit. Where's my pens, bloody girlfriend? I was about to say she's like a child, always moving the stuff around. But, got to be careful with things like that. Right. So let's just get this all sorted. Let's find a blank page. Let's pop that in there. Right. I know, look, you can't please everyone all the time, so why bother trying to please anyone any of the time? That's my motive. That's my motto. So, photographs, grandparents, great-grandparents, photos this Friday. So that is going to be Friday the 12th. That is the photos, okay? This Friday. So get your photos in. Put photos in the subject or they'll get lost. No more than 5 either. Some people have sent like 50 and I'm just going to edit out a load of them. So you choose the ones you want. No more than 5 each or we could be here for fucking hours. And my missus will be here and she won't be too happy if our Friday evening... 2:45 in the morning. I go, right, I'm finished. Where do you want to go? So that would make Thursday another stretching stream. And by the way, we're not doing the same moves. We're going to do a different series of stretches. So if you were good at those or you were bad at those, you might be good at some of the new ones or bad at some of the new ones. So we're going to mix it up a bit. So Thursday is going to be the stretching stream. So that's Thursday, the 11th. Okay, is everyone all doolally and au fait with that? We have been streaming for 35 minutes and I am nowhere near minimum wage. What a fucking travesty. This whole world has gone. Oh, look at that. That's lovely, isn't it? Look at that. I might have to get a screen grab of that. Show my girlfriend, you know. Oh, I like a bit of that. Hang on. Let me just look a bit moody. Hang on. Don't laugh, but I've got to do my moody face. Right, okay. Now I do one that's a little bit more sort of subdued. Right, and then just something actually quite sensual. Now the problem is, because I've done all three of those, I've actually only got one of them. Oh, that's quite nice. So look at that. Oh, look at that little shadow on my head. Maybe if I can get that over my eyes. Oh, I'm feeling that. No, don't go in now, son. No. Anyway, I'm just sitting there enjoying the aesthetics of self, which isn't, I'm not sure if that's entertainment or not. But what are you going to do? Or what aren't you going to do? But I've got them, so I'll keep them. I'll send them to the missus. And she'll say, but master. I'll tell you a true story, right? Sometimes, because my missus isn't English, sometimes I just make jokes at her expense. Not because I'm laughing at her, but because I know it'll be funny. So sometimes I'll be making dinner or something, and or a cake or anything. I'll be chopping an orange up, and she'll say, "Oh, can I have some?" And I'll say, "Yeah, but only if you say, Master, can I have some orange?" And she'll go, "Master, can I have orange?" And you know, it obviously moves into very strange and peculiar other areas. Are we feeling that? Are we feeling that? Fart and far, fart and tay, fart and tar, fart and tay, fart and two, fart and tay, fart and two. I've got my windows open. As you can see, one of those doors is open. I've got those two windows open. I can see 5 people from here. They probably think that fucking crazy Barang who lives over there is cool. Oh, yeah, he's cool. But there you go. That was nice. Thank you, Stephen. That's very kind of you. Very nice. Let me just... as promised, I'll get a little bit of screen action on that. I've got a little bit of sartorial elegance to share with you people as well. Just out of the blue, just a little 5-minute jobby. Nothing to get stressed about if it's not your cup of, if it's not your daddy creamy. Oh, hang on. Don't forget the old curdle girdle. I wouldn't lick someone's curdle girdle for any amount of money. Hello, Hoax 2019. Good to see you. To see you good. Nah, me and DOA, that bird has flown. Love her to death, always will. But I think me and her streaming is something that's come to an end. Which, you know, this is what happens in the world. It's all right. I'll always have a very special place in my heart for Sarah, and I'm very fond of her. But me and her streaming is a thing of the past, I think. Rags, can you get rid of that Bobby GTX, please? And just as I said it, pew. Right, where were we? Oh, the boy Campbell. Campbell, Stephen Campbell. Campbell, it's Campbell. Stephen Campbell sits in his car in the private streams. He said, "Oi, I heard old Dangu was on the grift again on the old community tab. Also, Super Bowl, PewDiePie, Pepsi." Yeah. There you go. Absolutely perfect. Exactly that. Without a doubt, they'll be on it, you know. It was almost, thanks for the donation, Stephen. It was almost like, look what that cunting grifter's doing again. By the way, everyone, you know, if you're interested in this idea that's clearly working. It was rather nice, wasn't it? I noticed that. I just couldn't name the landmark. Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, by the looks of things, he's got a few mates over for dinner. If you just look up there, well, I don't know if you can. Yeah, he put his sword down and done the off. Hello, Fusion Reactor. Oh, she'll be fine in life. She's one of life's winners. She'll be absolutely fine. Lovely girl, lovely friend. Right, so here's the sartorial. A little bit of sartorial for you. So this is a tie clip, a tie pin. Let me show you. Hang on. Let me show you. Nice little bit of detail that can make all the make all the difference. Hang on a minute. And then it ain't what you think. It ain't what one of those stupid things. Oh, hang on. Why can't I find this? Oh, hang on. Oh, what was that peculiar noise? What? Hello? Hello? What was that? Bling. See you later, Buster Brook. Still cracking channel. Don't confuse it with Taipan. What, the roughest nightclub in Patong? No, I won't be doing that. Marzipan went for the same one. Hang on, here we go. Hang on, I just want to show you. Oh, why are they showing me not what I want? I want a tie bar, not a fucking tie clip. Good Lord, love it. What is going on here? This is the problem with your modern fashion. It's just they get it all around their necks. They don't know what they're talking about. I will find it for you, don't worry. Right, at last. Hang on. Right, so here we go. I'm going to show you something rather sweet, which you probably will know as they're sometimes called collar pins, they're sometimes called tie pins. Let's see if we can get a nice picture of a nice one or a couple of nice ones. We'll get them over on there so that they're nice and big. Just deleted all those pictures of myself. Right, hang on. We'll get that over there. We can have a look at that one. You'll appreciate this. They're very elegant. You know, if you don't overdo them, they can be very elegant. Let's see if we can get another one that doesn't make you look like a complete jerk. Oh no, don't do the chains. That's just ridiculous. Right, okay, that'll do. We got a couple here. Right, so collar pin. A collar pin goes under your tie knot and it holds your collars in. which is very nice, because sometimes your collars can be a bit flary, especially if you've got a waistcoat on. So not ideal. So let's have a look at a couple of collar pins. And there is a reason for me showing you this. So here we go. We'll have a look at this one first. So you see that? See what you got going on there? You've got these two, they look like earring studs, but there's actually a bar that goes around the back of that. And I've got one here. I'll take it out of the plastic bag so you can actually see what it is. So that is your collar pin. Now, one end of that unscrews. So you unscrew it. Now, to wear a collar pin like that, you need to get your tailor to cut a couple of holes in your collar, and you've got to get him to get it in the right place. So you turn up with the tie you like wearing the most. He's going to cut the holes. He's going to hand sew them. I mean, you can get a machine sewed, but nasty. It's only going to cost you about £5 to get a man sewed. And then when you got your tie on, you get your collar pin underneath your tie, and it will pull in your collars and give you that nice look that you've got there. I'll show you the other picture I've got as well, a slightly different angle. So you're getting a little bit of an understanding. I'm sorry the quality is not so good. That one's actually jank. Let me see if I can get you another one. Hang on. See if I can get you another one. Oh, that's beautiful. That one is very nice. This one, the one I've just found is a very good example of how it brings your collars and your tie to life. So if you have a look at that, see what that's done there to these collars? Lovely, very slick, very, very elegant. And you haven't got to keep fucking around with your collars, because what you'll find a lot of the time, people, is when you wear collars with a waistcoat, a lot of the time, because you don't want to be looking in the mirror all the time, and you really don't want to be looking in the mirror all the time. Women, yeah, men, never. But what you'll sometimes find, and especially in photos, is you'll have one collar in your waistcoat and one collar out of your waistcoat. And a collar pin puts an end to that. Now, like I say, you're going to have to get your tailor to cut a couple of little holes, and they're only tiny. I mean, look at the size of the bar, and then get them sewn up so they look lovely. However, the reason I'm showing you this is because what they've been doing, and these are quite old, but they're coming back in at the moment, is nice one, Linda. Got my freshly custom fit shoes from a local orthotics. Oh yeah, you said you have to have special shoes. 4-hour round trip on beautiful highways. It's on the banks of the same river I live on. Absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely, Linda. And thank you for the donation. And wonderful to have had your bespoke shoes made that you need to keep your feet all comfy. Now, here is what I want to show you. Yeah, but button-down shirts, they're a bit button-down shirts, aren't they? That is somewhat of a problem. Now, here is a solution. Oh, here is a solution. It's a collar. It's more like a collar grip. If you can see this, I don't know if you can see this. If I can get it in focus, I can actually... Oh, God. I can actually, if I can get at the right angle. See, I can pull that open there. Oh, hang on. Let me see. Can you see that? I can pull that open. And you can do that on both sides. So let me show you one of these. Where you you wouldn't believe what's just come up when I said that. Hang on. 1 second, people. There's a way around this. Don't worry yourselves. We will have it in a minute. Not long now. Oh, for Christ's sake, where's that gone? Well, look, I don't really need to show you because as soon as I've put collar grip in, it's loads of fucking jiu-jitsu. Now let me see if I can find you a photo of one of these bad boys. The point being, you don't need to get. Oh, here we go. The point being, you don't need to get holes put into your. You don't need to get holes put into your shirt, so you don't need to get the. You don't need to get the tailor to cut holes and get them sewn. You can now I don't know how much of this you can see. I'll make one a bit bigger. So for instance, now I don't know how much of that you can see. I don't actually know what's going on there. What have I done? Good Lord. What? Hang on, this has gone. How did I end up in full screen? Linda Hunter again. They're sartorially suspect. Well, you know, medical stuff tends to be. But I make them work and I feel so comfortable. It feels like fresh legs. Bless you, Linda. Bless you. Because that is really all what counts. You know, you need to be comfortable for sure. So that's lovely. Nice one, Linda. And thanks for that other donation. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a picture of this, and I'm going to pop it on into my paint shop, so that you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. Where's that gone then? Now, it might be a bit of it might distort a bit because it's a very small photo, but you're going to see how you don't actually need the, you don't need to have holes put into your shirt because it actually clips. It clips onto your collars, gives the impression that it's going through your shirt, but it isn't. And so your tie goes over it and it actually clips onto your shirt. Do you see what I'm saying? So that there, if you look at the side of it, you can see that it will grip. That will grip your collar. Will go in that bit there, and then obviously the other collar is going to go in that bit there. And from the front, you're not going to see that middle bit because your tie is going to be over it. So you're going to just see like the two bits at the side, keeping your collar in place and looking very elegant. So if you wanted to have a tie pin and you can't find a tailor, or you don't want to find a tailor to put a proper tie pin in, which is the one with the screw on ends, you can actually now get these collar clips. And believe me, they are tight. I've worn this out and it will hold on to your collar perfectly, your collars perfectly. Very, very nice. And then you haven't got all that fuss of having one collar out of your waistcoat and one collar in. You can pick these up on eBay for about £2. I mean, you can go up to 200 quid, like, 18 karat gold, gold plated, silver plated, or whatever. But if you just want a basic one to try them out, a couple of quid. So why not give it a go? And that was a small sartorial elegance section of today's stream. See you later, Rage. Have a good day. Now, that is quite interesting. Someone just said a double bobby pin. People actually wear double bobby pins as tie pins. Let me see if I can show you those. People actually wear them. That is actually a thing. Here you are. Let me see. I'll grab that. I will put that onto my painting thing. I'll put that full screen preview. And yeah, you can absolutely. Raf's child. I wasn't saying you were guessing. By the sounds of it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, people 100% do that, and that is what it looks like. People do that. I mean, I think it's a little bit scrappy, but and also the problem with it is you are piercing. You are still piercing the your collars, and the problem with that is after a few piercings, you're going to end up getting a bigger and bigger hole there, and it's going to get to the point where you're going to have to get a new collar put on. So it might be more financially sensible to get the holes cut and the holes sewn, and then get the older. You know, the original bar one. So there's the options. So a little bit of sartorialism as promised. Yeah, Monty, I don't like the chains. I think they had a place in about 84, and I'm not saying that as to be a bastard, but I think it's a bit too much. You know, the people that I remember who had the collar pins with the chains, they also had the watch going across the pocket. They also had the cloth in the breast pocket, and they matched their cloth in the breast pocket with their tie, which is an absolute no. Never ever match your pocket square with your tie. It is so the tackiest thing to do, and it had a little bit of that. It had a little bit of that about the old the collar pins with the chains. Good night, Steve. No, I think Kirby grips are something quite different, aren't they? I don't know. There you go. Exactly that. Where is it? Where's that one? Yeah, exactly. With a fucking, well, usually an half sovereign, because they spent all the rest of it on their fucking tie pin and matching tie and pocket square. There you go. Very Mickey Pierce. I mean, it's a fine line between sartorial elegance and an absolute twat. But the geezer who said it, he might have been talking about 20, 30 years ago, and in which time, you know. That's hilarious. Oh, I've been cutting the bottom of my tie off to put in my pocket. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you with that, R-Power. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. A collar pin has a function. As long as it's functional, it's all right. A collar pin holds your collars in. Cufflinks. I mean, all of my shirts need cufflinks. I don't like button cuff shirts. So they're needed. But anything that's purely aesthetic is, you know, it's like, all right, fucking hell, what? It's a bit like when people have face tattoos and the nose ring and their big holes in their ears and their teeth sharpened and that, and it's like, yeah, you've got so much going on. You're overcompensating for something, and it's turning me away from you. But that is a very funny comment. Scory, how are you getting on with your foot? Hello, Glenn. How's your foot getting on, Scorry? If people don't remember, Scorry trod on a pebble, ended up having bits of metal stuck in his foot, getting an air ambulance. Trod on a pebble. Had fucking bits of metal screwed into his leg. No jokes. How's it going, Scorry? Where are you with it now? Yeah, but Rebecca, I don't know enough about it, love. I'll tell you what, Rebecca. I'll get someone on who does. I'll find a lady who knows her stuff and I'll get her on. How about that? That's the best I can do because I don't know enough about it because I've never needed to. Hoax 2019. We done a story the other week and I've got another one coming. So give me about a week and I've got an absolute corker for you. So don't worry, there's a story coming. Not now though, we're an hour in and I've got a day's work to do. Good to hear, Scorry. I mean, are you walking or have you got one of those sort of support shoes on? I mean, I wouldn't be worrying about collar pins if you still got one of them on. You know what? I quite like Sammy the Bull. Most of those old I'm a gangster. And most of them, they I find them very nauseating. Yeah, you just killed people. You didn't do any work. You didn't contribute to society. You took from people's lives. But I find I'm quite attracted to Sammy the Bull. So weirdly, he wouldn't come on here though. He does it to. He does. The people like him do it to get exposure to sell their books and stuff. And he won't. The channel's too small. So There you go, dog backwards. I never thought of that. Oi, Scorry. Scorry, your story's the girl with the pee in the mattress. I've had a girl pee in my mattress a few times. Cost me a fortune. Oh, there you go. Interesting stuff. Get the old girdle going. Well, there is that. That's a very good point, Wing Commander. The people who made proper money, they're living it up. They're out there doing it. They're not talking, they're not telling stories about it. The gangsters that we all know about are the ones who failed, basically. And most of them do fail, though. So what are you going to do? If someone pays Sammy $1,000, he gives an half an hour interview. I wouldn't give the geezer £5 for an half hour. The same interview every time. I mean, like I say, he's quite an appealing bloke, but it's a performance. £1,000 bag of sand to hear him. Stephen Campbell, I met one of my best mates years ago in rehab. He'd done about 15 years in prison, 5 years in solitary for putting a chiv in a screw's neck. And I hung around with him for a year before I heard any of his prison stories. You had to, he didn't want it. He weren't proud of them. He was embarrassed. You had to really pull him out of him. Poor bloke was a smackhead, got 8 years clean, got into drinking, killed him. Bless you, Mark. Think about you a lot, son. Very funny people. Very funny people. Now I do know Courtney. I do know Courtney, and I do like Dave Courtney. But my relationship with Dave Courtney isn't about him being a gangster. I met Dave Courtney on that World Cup song I done with Chad Smash. So he weren't sitting there going to me, you know what I done? I broke his neck. I pulled his fingers out. No, we just had a laugh talking about the quarter of an ounce of sulfate I had in my sock, and he went, go on then, get that powder out, let's go stupid. And he was a funny bloke. I'll tell you what, I'll see if I can get hold of him. I'll see if I can get Courtney on here. That would be a laugh. And I'll tell you what, the amount of people who go, he's an arsehole, he's a wanker. If you trust me at all, he's not. He's not. He's actually a very funny and actually a very intelligent bloke. I don't know why he rubs people up the wrong way so much. I actually really got on with him. You know, we were good friends there for a while. I can probably get hold of him. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was a debt collector. Yeah, exactly that, John. That's the work he done. He was a debt collector, and when people turn up and they owe money, they often don't want to give it to you. Oh, fucking hell. Story about leaning back and finger wagging. Hang on, are you talking about that one? No, we've already done that one. That's the me making 1.88 appearances a day on someone else's Telegram group. Oh yeah. Oh, he can certainly talk, but he's actually a good listener as well. He's all right. I'm telling you, I like him. It's been a long time since we spoke. I used to have his number. Listen to this. When I got nicked down in Devon and I got the house raided and they took my phone and my phone book and everything, I had Howard Marks' phone number and address in a little black book. I had Courtney's phone number and address in my little black book. That looked good. Howard Marks read my first novel. Loved it. That's right. He done the security for the Cray funerals. It's because he's got, you know, as in his own words, his phone book is the yellow pages of the London underworld. He's got an army of like 600 6-foot geezers who will do what's required to get money that's owed. No, I think you would, John, which is exactly what I did. Great stuff. Yeah, I'll see if I can dig out. Here's a promise. If I can get to talk to him, he'll do it. Because he knows me, and it might be quite a thing. Howard Marks was down at Jerry's in Soho. Another lovely bloke, actually. Very humble, very humble. Howard Marks was AKA Mr. Nice. He done a deal with the government to allow him to import about something like 200 tons of cannabis legally. Because I can't remember it exactly, but if they had nicked him or something, it would have interfered with some IRA thing they were on. So he done a deal with them and said, well, look, if you let me get this boat through with 200 tons of cannabis resin on it, I'll keep my mouth shut. And the English government were like, yeah, all right. It's something like that. I never read the book because I'm not too interested in stories about cannabis. Yeah, I'll see if I can sort it out, or it's just a question of getting hold of him at the moment. Because when they nicked me with my telephone and my phone book, they never give them back to me. And when you skip bail, you don't really want to ring them up and go, "Can I have my phone and my address book back, please?" Oh, have I got a super chat? Jip, you cheeky little Jippy. I think Courtney's hilarious. Would love a stream with him. I appreciate that. I get a bit pissed off the way people go, "He's a wanker, that cunt." He ain't. He's a really nice bloke. He's a really nice bloke. I really like. When I met him that day, we became friends, and we had a decent we had a decent relationship going for a while there. Thank you, Jip, for that donation. I know everyone's skint, so I am most appreciative for donations at the moment. I have read Snowblind, an absolute classic, and one of the better drug books ever. The opening blag is just brilliant. Yeah, Snowblind is an absolute classic. Dog backwards. I can certainly ask him, but I can't tell him to. As you might imagine, young Devon isn't the sort of person you can tell to do things. Maybe if you apologise to him, why don't you write to him? Email him and apologise for whatever it was you done, and see if you can get it. Someone said when resin was plastic. Yeah, well, when it had a bit of cling film in it, you know it was the half decent stuff. It has been a late stream, and I've got to wrap it up in a minute because I've got to do a day's work, and it's getting very, very late. No, I haven't read Lord of the Rings. It's for children. La da 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 da. All right, people. Well, Teddy boy, just at the last minute, got me just above minimum wage after tax. Fucking hell. Hello, Ted. He says this. Hi, Chris. Got your email. Just read it now. Thank you for your advice, and I'll give it a go. Thanks again, mate. Ted, write to me anytime you want. Say anything you want. If you just want to vent, if you just want to say stuff to me that you can't say stuff to people in your family or who you work with, or if you want any other advice. But you've done the hardest bit, and I mean that. And I'm not going into details here because it's public. But the hardest bit is the bit you've already done, the bit you wrote to me about. And I've talked to you a few times. I've talked to you live, and you're a very nice man with a lot going on for yourself. You know, you've done well in life. So you just need to sort that out before it fucks everything. So a pleasure, and I would like to apologise again for how long it took, but I had fucking hundreds of emails, and I wanted to give it a bit the time it deserved. I wanted to think about it a bit. So sorry I didn't get back to you immediately, because sometimes in those situations time is of the essence. But I got there in the end. Nice to see you, Ted, and thanks for that donation. Much appreciated. Phil Marshall Browning, look at that. It's all coming together at the end here now. I can't believe it. Phil Marshall Browning, hey. Whose parents or grandparents had a rent collector who always wore an expensive looking nice warm coat? Well, we had the man from the Prue. I think a lot of English people will know the man from the Prue who used to turn up at your door every couple of months, come in, mum would make him a cup of tea and try and soften him up a bit before he told them how much money he needed off them. But like we owned my mum and dad owned our house, so we didn't have a rent collector. I mean, the deposit on my mum's house was £3, so I'm not, we weren't rich. But the man from the Prue, of course. Thank you, Dawn, for that generous donation. That's very, very kind. And I've also just realised the boy, where's that one? The boy Campbell has dropped another entropy, which is always a pleasure. Entropy is preferable, of course. And the boy Campbell, thank you again, Dawn. Where are we going? Yeah, the Prudential, that's it. The man from the Prue. So Stephen Campbell has come through again, and he's just said this. Stephen Campbell. Another Phil Saliva. He says, you'll be disappointed to know that I have moved and I'll be streaming from inside my flat from here on out. Now, anyone who goes to the Explorers, I think it's the Explorers and Heroes streams with young Stephen C, will know that the boy always turns up sitting in his car. And when I said to him, why are you always in your car? Really, with no sense of irony or humour, he went, I like it. Everyone cracked up. Wait, Stephen, why are you always in your car? I like it. I was like, all right. as good as reason as any, But it would appear that he's now going to be doing it from his flat. Turn and face the change. Changes. Thank you, Stephen, for that donation. Our pal says our debt collector had a top hat, cape, and handlebar moustache. That's amazing. It's amazing. I can see exactly what you mean. I'm seeing Lon Chaney, the smiling man. Hang on, let me get a picture of Lon Chaney, the smiling man up. And I think our pal, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Hang on. If I've got the right picture, I don't know if I've got the right one here. Yeah. It's going to distort slightly because it's a very small photo. Look at our pal's debt collector. Hang on. Look at our pal's debt collector. Come for your money. Have you got the money, Mr. Powell? Fucking hell, Lon Chaney. When he's something else, Lon Chaney. Used to love those movies. Well, still do, but don't get too many of them on the old boxing Cambodia, I have to say. Oh yeah, the stuff Lon Chaney used to do to his body for his roles, like putting wire in his eyes and hooking it under his mouth, breaking bones and things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of that was myth making, and he didn't do it all, but he certainly made a name for himself. Illuminatus wants to know, did he tie your mum to the railroad if she didn't pay? And then while you were trying to find the money, Pagan says, here in my car, I feel the safest of all, which was quite a good call. All right, people, I've got to do a day's work. It's 6 o'clock now. 6 o'clock here, so I'll be doing my later stream in about 4 hours. There might not be one tonight, to be honest with you, because I've got so much work to do. There might be, though, so look out. Maybe I'll do it later. Maybe it'll be at 4 o'clock your time. Shit, I've really fucked today up. I really have. All right, people, I don't need to end the stream on that dismal note. What a tune, Jonah Louie, and you'll always find me in the party. Oh, I got it wrong. It would have been, and you'll always find me in the kitchen at parties. Great songwriter. I think he was underrated, old Jonah Louie. There you go. There you go. All right, I'm just reading messages now. All right, people, look after yourself. It's been a surprisingly dynamic and interesting and varied stream. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have. Tell your friends. And I was about to say, and I'll crack you up another time. I probably will do a stream later because then I can do my work after it. But fuck me, I need some sleep somewhere along the line. So if you don't see me, don't hold it against me. See you all later. Take care, Ted. Look after yourself. And like I said, you can write to me whenever you want. People, photographs for Friday. So put photos in more than 5 and stretching on Thursday. All right? It'll be an absolute pleasure. I'll just make sure I got the audio again. Good Lord. Getting sick of that one, ain't you? Take care, people, and I'll almost certainly see you later. Ta-da!
All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. The joy of loving is to live in the world of man love. There's someone who's waiting for you. Soon the world will be yours for a time. Music starts to play, night will turn to day. Darkness disappears when the one you love is near. You're in man love. All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. Joy of loving is to live in the world of man love. There's a place that is waiting for you, a world where the best in life is free, where time is always spring, happiness is king. The dreams you dream come true when the one you love loves you. You're in man love.
Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. It is actually weekend eve. I mean, how quickly has that gone? Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day and tell the people you love that you love them. Don't expect them to do things for you. Just let them know because it counts. Ta-da!
All the world loves a lover. All the girls in every land are meant to know. Joy of loving is to live in the world of man love.
Sing the song of sixpence, a pocket full of rice, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was open, the birds began to sing, and wasn't that a dainty thing to set before the king?